Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back again. So in today's video, I'll be reacting to Goji Center's brand new video, which is called Legendary Godzilla vs. Shin Godzilla, which is also in-depth analysis. My money's on Legendary Godzilla. So with that being said guys, let's go ahead and get started. Beautiful intro. I love the new logo. Yeah!
A titan that throughout the ages has earned the title of Alpha with blood. A giant reptilian that does not know retreat or surrender. The one and only Legendary Godzilla.
Woo!
Its opponent, one of the most terrifying monsters ever seen. With a biology so strange and volatile that it could counter just about anything thrown at him. This wasn't an ordinary Goji.
Look at those arms. He's gonna lose, bruh.
In this battle analysis, we will go in depth, analyzing their weapons, armor,
Oh, yes.
abilities, and biological attributes that will determine the winner of this battle.
Alright.
Make sure to stay with us to the end as we reveal which of these titans deserves the title of Deadliest Godzilla.
It's gonna be Legendary Godzilla. Watch. Just watch.
This platform, it is imperative that we determine the physical proportions of these two monsters. Let's begin with Shin Godzilla.
Alright.
This particular version of Godzilla comes in many forms, constantly evolving into different forms that counter any obstacles or oppressive elements that this kaiju would face. For this battle, we will be using Shin Godzilla's fourth form, known as Kamakura-san.
Alright.
389 feet in height, more than 30 feet taller than Legendary
Yeah, that's right. He was considered the tallest Godzilla ever made too at that time.
Metric tons. A colossal kaiju of this size would have outsized the earlier 2014 rendition
Yep.
of Legendary's Godzilla. Therefore, we will be using the larger, bulkier version of Godzilla featured in King of the Monsters.
Okay.
Legendary Godzilla measures a whopping 394 feet in height, just 5
Woo!
feet taller than Shin. Additionally, this kaiju weighed 99,634 US tons. But what is this in metric tons? By converting these different units of measurement, we see that Shin Godzilla, although shorter in size, is actually the heavier kaiju.
Oh,
Proportionally speaking,
okay.
however, these two are now almost the same. Now that we have a clear picture of how our contestants will be sized up for this simulation,
Yeah, that's a really good comparison right there. That's really good.
resistance. When it comes to the amount of damage that these kaiju can take, we need to take into account the types of weapons used to counter both of these creatures. Shin Godzilla brings a body covered in thick, aberrated hide, capable of withstanding a ton of firepower. In this scene, a whole
Yeah, I really like that shot. He just stood still, just allowing those bullets to hit him.
Helicopters rained a barrage of continuous fire on this creature. The result? Shin didn't even flinch.
Yeah.
But how does Legendary Godzilla
Frozen.
react to this type of weaponry? In 2014, Godzilla was attacked by a barrage of fire.
Yeah, I think he got shot in the gill.
Legendary Goji actually does react to these sorts of weapons, in contrast to Shin, who didn't react. The only weapons capable of piercing Shin were the massive ordnance penetrators.
Yeah. Woo! That shit looks so painful still.
Causing him to bleed and roar in immense pain.
Woo!
Meaning that this particular area of Shin is vulnerable to damage. But there are a few other factors we need to consider. If you have seen Godzilla King of the Monsters, you will recall the scene where Ghidorah picked up Godzilla.
Yeah. Oh man.
Stratosphere.
I felt so bad for him.
Two very important things. One, upon re-entry to the lower levels of the atmosphere, this temperature can reach 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit. And
Golly.
note that Godzilla landed on his dorsals. Upon landing, we can see that none of these dorsals broke, meaning that unlike Shin, these can withstand
So yeah,
immense amounts
Legendary
of
Godzilla
damage.
wins this one, I
Furthermore,
think.
we witnessed Godzilla take a nuke to the face. In the film
Oh,
featuring
yeah.
Shin Godzilla, this is the type of weapon with a blast strong enough to kill Shin. Or that's what they thought, at least. Legendary Godzilla's resistance is admittedly a bit strange. For a titan that can withstand nukes, it is only reasonable for this thing to have a thick hide that's capable of withstanding any type of trauma. But this is negated thanks to the Mutos penetrating Godzilla's
Ooh,
skin,
yep.
and Kong's axe penetrating his thigh. But in this particular battle, both titans will need armor capable of withstanding atomic weaponry, atomic shocks, and high levels of heat. And by considering all of the evidence, we find that Legendary Godzilla checks most of the
Yeah.
boxes, giving him the edge in resistance.
All right.
Regeneration. Because this battle will feature damage unlike any
This
other
might be a
battle
tie,
in
to be
this
honest.
channel.
We'll see.
We must take into account the regenerative pace of these two kaiju. Shin Godzilla possesses the capability to heal relatively quickly. The prime example of this is the moment when the ordnance penetrators managed to injure Godzilla. Upon further observation, Shin managed to recover almost instantly.
Oh, yeah.
And on top of that,
This shot was sexy as hell. I don't care what anybody says.
This was thanks to its
Fire ass
composition
shot.
that allowed it to regenerate this fast. More on this later. Legendary Godzilla also has regenerative capabilities, but they behave a little differently. Unlike its opponent, Legendary Goji's regeneration and healing is much slower and doesn't happen immediately.
That's true, yeah.
On the contrary,
Took him a hot minute in King of the
healing
Monsters for
areas
sure.
take anywhere from a few hours to even years, depending on the type of wound and where. Once injured by the axe, Godzilla is seen with an orange scab-like covering where the wound was originally inflicted.
Oh, yeah.
Another injury that Godzilla could have taken a while to recuperate from was its dorsals. Upon getting them destroyed by the Buto Prime's sonic roar, these would have taken
Yeah,
a
that
while
just,
to regenerate
looks
fully.
painful.
But these titans can heal over time, but in a 1v1 situation, healing on the spot is imperative. Not to
So,
mention
okay,
the
this is gonna go for Shin Godzilla then.
superior organ better equipped to counter the weapon that inflicted the damage. For this reason, the edge for regeneration
Okay.
will go to Shin Godzilla.
Yeah, that's totally fine. That's fine.
Intelligence.
Intelligence.
Those of you
Okay.
who've seen both of these creatures in action will know that these two behave very differently.
Mhm.
Throughout its film, Shin Godzilla has been seen as an animal that behaves on pure instinct. At times, this creature showed absolutely no signs of thought processing.
Oh, yeah.
About its fourth form, this creature's way of fighting wasn't led too much by actual thought processes, but by reactions to the surrounding elements. And it was pretty effective.
Yeah, just, you know, to diffuse the situation for the most part.
During its evolution. Once it found it difficult to breathe, this thing adopted a more terrestrial method of inhaling. If it found it difficult to move through objects, this thing now developed legs. Once airborne objects were the next big threat, this thing countered with weapons that could counter them effectively. The point is, although this creature's brain does have something to do with the way it evolves, its fight methodology is determined by what the opponent does or what the obstacles are. A cause and response sort of paradigm. Not much critical thinking. Legendary Godzilla is practically the complete opposite.
Yeah.
Instead of relying on its evolutionary traits for survival, this titan relies on its cunning and, most importantly, its battle experience.
Yeah.
Just to remind you that Legendary Godzilla has been alive for millions of years, and in the world
I wish I could do that.
living
I feel immortal as hell.
survived many battles and wars against many different types of foes, adding to Godzilla's repertoire of combat methodologies. We'd like to think that Godzilla's mind processes are led by an instinctive compass, a hardwired personality backed up by its critical thinking
Oh,
abilities
yeah.
that allow it to develop strategies and counters to any incoming attacks.
Yeah, Godzilla really went through a whole lot, though.
Kill both male and female Mutos in different ways.
I can't see what else he goes through with these future MonsterVerse
To
films.
outmatch Kong in a purely physical confrontation. By taking all of this into account, it's clear that in this particular battle, the edge for intelligence during combat will go to Legendary Godzilla.
Yay!
Overall strength. Most
I'm saying Legendary Godzilla for
are
this one.
represented as unstoppable forces of nature.
Mhm.
But what about these two? In its live-action appearance, Shin Godzilla was the type of kaiju that would literally
Because Shin Godzilla got frozen.
urban landscape, densely packed buildings, and power through missile fire. But where is all this strength concentrated? Upon further observation, it's clear that most of its muscular density can be found in the lower portion of its body.
Its little thick thighs.
Extremely thick legs and
Yes!
the advantage of having such a build has been beneficial to not just Shin, but Legendary Godzilla as well. That's right, both of these kaiju have thicker legs and a tail that can be used as a third limb, which comes in handy when it comes to stability. The best example of this is how Godzilla soaked Kong's punch to the face on the carrier. The real reason why Godzilla did not get knocked down was the fact that it had 3 points of contact with the ground. Unlike Kong, whose smaller legs did not help him stay upright
Yeah.
against the swipe.
Boom!
Speaking of which, when it comes to upper body strength, Legendary Godzilla comes equipped with a bulkier upper body. In contrast, Shin Godzilla's upper
That boy been working out. Look at those arms. Look at that.
role in the destruction
Look at that shit. No way Shin's gonna win like that.
the edge. While it is true that most of the lower muscular density of Shin Godzilla surpasses Legendary's, this Godzilla's larger build on its upper part of his body and his
I figured.
physical strength in combat gives him the edge when it comes to overall strength.
Yep, alright.
Terrain compatibility. Which of these two kaiju can fight well in any arena? Shin Godzilla has had 4 forms to evolve into a kaiju that can handle a terrestrial arena pretty well. But its most important ability is not how it moves, but how it detects threats. In the film, it is mentioned that this kaiju has a phased array radar, which allows this kaiju to sense things in any location in a
Ah,
radius.
okay. I
This
actually didn't
thing
know
will be able
that.
to detect any incoming weapon, even if its scope of vision isn't in front of its target.
Oh, okay.
In
Gotcha.
the edge. Although Legendary Godzilla does not monster.
Yeah, see, I fuck with that. That's kind of scary, but I love it.
Proven to be an apt swimmer, capable of fighting in both water and land.
Yeah.
No matter where this battle takes place, Legendary Godzilla will hold the edge when it comes to terrain compatibility.
Yes.
Locomotion. This
Oh, okay, this is new.
facing off against a titan of these proportions. Throughout its film, Shin Godzilla moves at a sluggish pace, as we have never seen him
Yeah.
take off and run at high speeds. In terms of agility, this kaiju was also quite static, with only its tail as the most maneuverable part of its body.
Yeah, he really walks in
That
slow
said,
motion.
It is possible that this kaiju didn't need to move fast at all.
Mhm.
If humanity threw a special weapon that required Shin to evolve into a faster moving creature, then it would have probably manipulated its body shape to counter such weaponry. But in its fourth phase, Shin Godzilla was not fast. Legendary Godzilla, on the other hand,
Oh,
went
yeah.
from being a slow-moving creature in 2014 to a
Mhm.
much faster and agile
I
combatant.
still
in
love that
Godzilla
shot to
vs.
this
Kong.
day.
Although being a larger creature, this thing is now capable of literally running and even pouncing on a victim after being on all fours. The way Legendary Godzilla uses its weapons, such as its tail, is a clear indicator that this Godzilla moves in ways that Shin can't. For this reason, the edge for locomotion will be given to Legendary
Easily.
Godzilla. Now, let's get to some weapons.
Alright,
Melee
weapons.
weaponry. Shin Godzilla has been a kaiju that relied on other types of weaponry rather than physical prowess. The closest thing we got to physical damage was simply having this kaiju tear through cityscapes and nothing else.
Yeah.
Fair, using its body as a weapon was not warranted at all, since there was no other opponent for Shin to use them on.
Yeah, he was just raiding the
We
humans.
will divide this melee analysis into three parts: jaws,
Oh, okay.
limbs, and tail. If we compare both of these creatures' heads side by side, we find that Shin Godzilla has the more irregular
Yeah, he really does. His teeth.
of them.
Woo!
This jaw goes as far as unhinging, giving it more biting surface area. But
Yeah, it's like a snake-like kind of thing.
the problem with Shin's head, however, is that it's awkwardly placed on its neck. In order for this head
Yeah.
to be at all effective to be used in melee combat, this head would have to be placed in a more obtuse angle along its spine. This new posture would allow Shin to bring down its head and bite with more effectiveness, similar to Legendary Godzilla. Moving down to the limb arrangements, we see that Legendary Godzilla's arms are much larger, stronger.
Oh, yeah.
and oriented in a
Telling you,
way
man, easily.
close combat.
That's like Shin Godzilla's biggest weakness right here.
For it to be used for fighting. Legendary and Shin's legs are relatively similar, but in the past, we have seen that Legendary Goji has used its legs as a weapon and used for
Yeah, he has a nice little stomping fetish going on.
The last weapon to review is the tail. Here's where things get interesting. Making up more than half of its body length, Shin Godzilla's
Yeah.
tail is equipped with enough
His tail
thrust
string,
enough
or
to
his tail
any foe that
length
stands
is
in front of it.
insane.
This tail alone is taller than Legendary Goji.
Yeah, what the
himself.
fuck?
Even though it has a smaller tail, Legendary Goji actually does use this as a weapon, even killing the male Muto with it thanks to its sharp dorsals and tremendous swing force. Again, we will reiterate that we have not seen any of Shin's melee weaponry in action, and because it lacks experience in the use of these weapons, Legendary
Damn,
Godzilla
Shin Godzilla's losing like crazy now.
weaponry. Now, let's get to the real damage.
Oh, okay, the real damage, okay.
The contestant who wins the edge in this category will obtain it because it was the most effective in this particular battle. Let's begin with Shin Godzilla. This
Alright.
atomic capability is not to be underestimated in the slightest. This
Yeah,
kaiju's signature
it's no
weapon
joke,
is
I'll tell you
a
that.
condensed
I can agree.
heat ray, a blast of atomic energy so powerful that it is seen cutting entire skylines in half thanks to its intense
Yeah.
temperatures. To get to this point,
I'd be scared as fuck if I ever saw that shit.
Let's rewind a little bit before this condensation of energy. We see here that before Shin was able to condense this fire stream to its purple hue, this first started as a black smoke that was rapidly fired from this animal's vocal orifice. This was then ignited by its thermal flame and then condensed into this deadly weapon. This does not end here. Apart from being able to release this ray from its mouth, this creature
And yep, the tail.
underdeveloped pair of mandibles on its tail. This was a result of this animal's constant evolution that allowed it to develop an extra outlet for this energy. If this wasn't enough, this animal was also capable of releasing energy through its spine.
I would say probably Shin Godzilla wins this one.
This
We'll
weapon
see.
can also be aimed with accuracy thanks to its phased array radar. How does Legendary
Or maybe a
Godzilla
tie?
respond? This Godzilla is equipped with one of the most destructive atomic blasts ever seen, capable of reaching 500,000
Yes.
degrees Celsius and with the explosive power of an atomic bomb. This weapon was used to dig a hole through the Earth and reach the nether regions of the planet. But But what about its dorsals? As seen in the film Godzilla King of the Monsters, Godzilla was able to emit an atomic pulse. This pulse was exponentially more powerful thanks to Godzilla's thermonuclear state. Will Godzilla hit this state in this battle? No.
Nope. He needs Mothra.
Two things: Sarazawa's nuke and Mothra's sacrifice.
Yeah, so it's like a one-time wonder, I think.
In this battle, but the pulse itself can be used. In Godzilla Aftershock, we see that this pulse was used to expel a hazardous amount of energy, which allowed Godzilla to destroy the Muto Prime. So, which of these weapons is the most effective against the opponent? By observing how this atomic ray reacts to what it hits, it's evident that this ray within itself has more destructive power.
Yeah,
Yes,
see, I
Legendary
figured.
Godzilla can blast a hole through the planet, but if this destructive power was aimed at the ground, it would have done the same thing. But what really gives Shin the edge is the capability to fire a very destructive beam from many places: its tail and mouth, or its dorsals. Well, Legendary Goji is able to spew this only from its mouth and its pulse only while Shin is at a closer range. This one is very, very close, but for combat purposes, Shin Godzilla...
Okay, yeah. I figured either Tai or Shin.
XFactor. There is something very important we need to consider before putting Shin Godzilla in the arena. Its genetic architecture. In the film, we were introduced to the theory that this creature's genome is so advanced that it is 8 times larger than human DNA.
Ah, yeah, that's right. I forgot he was a sexual in this movie too.
Anything thrown at him. This does not end here. Taking into account the fact that this animal can regenerate, it was mentioned that this creature could have regenerated entire new forms from parts of its body, similar to a starfish.
Oh, yeah,
But end up with more starfish. But this regeneration isn't instantaneous either. It will take some time for the healing to occur, but it also won't last days or weeks either. Once all of its
Or
atomic energy
years.
is depleted, it will have taken this animal almost 2 weeks to replenish its energy.
Oh, yeah, that's not too bad at all.
Get rid of this monster is with a blast with a shock so powerful that it could disintegrate all of its matter. Legendary Godzilla's X-Factor is in a more psychological or behavioral realm. Given that Godzilla is arguably the most arrogant titan in the MonsterVerse, it's clear that whenever Godzilla faces another kaiju,
Bow,
he
yes.
expects the opponent to submit or face his wrath.
Yes.
In this case, facing Shin
I
Godzilla,
just loved how he screamed in his face like that. Bow, boy!
Shin does not submit, Godzilla will go straight for the kill.
Yeah.
This is a good or
No
bad.
mercy.
We are about to find out. We are now ready to reveal who will be the
It's gonna be Legendary Godzilla. How much would I bet?
with its abnormal biology wins the edge on regeneration and a close edge on atomic weaponry. Legendary Godzilla with its battle-hardened build wins the edge on resistance, battle intelligence, strength, terrain adaptability, locomotion, and melee weaponry.
Come on now. Legendary Godzilla. Come on.
The two titans.
Come on.
All
Ah!
of our data, we determined this is going to take
Huh?
a while to explain, but
What?
bear with us.
What the fuck? Okay.
We'll now display
Huh?
the results in
I am shocked.
number 1.
No winner. Let's see.
Themselves.
What?
Upon compiling all of this information, the first technical winner of this confrontation was Legendary Godzilla.
Okay.
Battle attributes carrying more weight being locomotion and melee weaponry.
Uh-huh.
Because Shin Godzilla has little or no experience using melee weapons, and considering the fact that its close-range weapons were inferior, this cost it its life when facing a charging Legendary Godzilla. Even at a distance, by the time Legendary Goji reached the body of Shin Godzilla, Shin wouldn't have condensed its atomic ray fast enough before Godzilla got near to it.
Okay, yeah. I can see that, yeah.
Even if Shin did load it on time, Godzilla's corporal resistance would have kicked in to withstand this heat for enough time until it managed to close the distance and turn this into a close confrontation. Once Godzilla finishes off Shin
Golly.
as he normally does, this would have not been the end of it. Remember that this is not the way to finish off this kaiju. You need to light up everything. And Godzilla
Oh.
this. Number 2, Shin Godzilla begins to regenerate once again. Remember that there is no clear limit to what this thing can regenerate and evolve to. Which
Okay.
leads us to number 3, the next confrontation. The simulations in this channel normally conclude with one clear winner and one clear loser, with the loser being completely dead. This time, Shin was defeated, but not completely killed, allowing his
All right.
regenerative properties to kick in again. Now, Godzilla faces a different kaiju with different corporal attributes that can better counter his speed and physical prowess. Perhaps even two Shin Godzillas.
Oh yeah, because of the ending.
Since we have absolutely no data on this alternative fifth form. In the film, Shin Godzilla's fifth form were these humanoid creatures.
Yeah, that shit was creepy, bro, I'm telling you. I was so hyped about that too.
Obviously, by understanding Shin's biology, it is more than evident that had it faced Legendary Godzilla, its fifth form would have been something completely different. A battle between Legendary Godzilla and this fifth form is completely up for grabs, and we won't know exactly how it will go for Legendary Godzilla.
That is true.
Perhaps a sixth or even seventh form would have been needed to finally defeat
Oh, look at that!
In the past, Godzilla did face a kaiju of similar attributes. This kaiju could regenerate from severed pieces of and the only way
Shinomura, yeah.
the entire Titan.
I think that's from Godzilla Aftershock.
Making it one of the only kaiju that Godzilla couldn't kill.
Because this is basically what we saw in the opening scene of Godzilla 2014. That's how we remember it too.
With a strange creature. Did Legendary Godzilla technically win in your opinion? Or does Shin Godzilla's biology grant him?
I don't know. I still say Legendary Godzilla. That's just me though.
For more fun kaiju documentaries like these, please like this video, subscribe, and go check out our merch if you haven't yet. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next battle.
Alright! So in my opinion, I still feel like Legendary Godzilla won the battle here. And I only say that because I know that Legendary Godzilla is all about more of lethal strength, and he doesn't even have to really use his atomic breath too much either. Unless if it's a kaiju that he just hates so much, then okay, yeah, that's a totally different story. But how I always imagined it, I always saw Legendary Godzilla just beating the shits out of Shin Godzilla. And then all he just has to do is use all of his energy the same way they did in Hong Kong and just blast a big ass hole in Shin Godzilla, and that's it. That's a wrap. But yeah, that was really interesting though to find out that in this video there was actually no clear winner since we just had no idea what Shin Godzilla's fifth form would be. I still want a Shin Godzilla too, and I hope to God that eventually one day Shin Godzilla ends up being on the screen again, but we'll see. Other than that, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you guys are new to this channel, please smash the like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that bell, and I will see you guys the next time. Peace.